to your friends, baby, so do I. About you, we both know it's too late. I forgot I lied to you. We both know it's too late. I forgot I lied to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who said we can't forget even if it don't last? Baby, when I get up in it, you forget the past. I'll make sure to cut all of the strings that get attached, and you make sure to
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary carries. Welcome to season 21 of CSC. This is the first night of combines, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary carries. It is always an exciting time for CSC. We've got some fresh faces along with some returning veterans, and they're going to fight it out for their placements, see where they land on the ladder. And today, I do believe we've got some contender combines. Oh no, we've got some recruit combines. That's Cameron King, the man, the myth, the legend. This is a nice recruit game. This is the lowest tier of CSC starting out. But we've got everybody on the server is gonna be fighting to do their very best. We all are playing to win, but ultimately we're also here to have a good time, to play fair, to play honest, and to appreciate the time we spend with one another. We've got a quick little B hit coming in on the pistol, and it has paid off big for Team B. We're going to call them the Camerons. We're going to call them the Kings. How about the Cameron Kings, since that's their team? Since he's on their team. That's the new name. So that's Cameron Kings taking the first round. And the other team, let's take a look at who's on that squad. All right. You know what? Since Spaghetti is on that squad, we'll call him Lots of Spaghetti, just to make it easy. So it's Lots of Spaghetti versus the Kings. So let's do it. First round did go the Kings' way, so they're going to be going into a bind. The second, pistols on across the board for Lots of Spaghetti. They're just, it's paying off big. A couple of quick frags through the aim push. And the player towards forklift is holding piece of the puzzle, and the Molotov is not good to flush him out. Unfortunately, that is still a man advantage, two-man advantage for Lots of Spaghetti. Make that a three-man advantage. It is leaving. Is that Beans? Sorry. Or is it Bums? Bums all alone in the 1 versus 2. And unfortunately, they will fall. And the conversion has been denied by Lots of Spaghetti. Make the score 1-1. Of course, if you want to get on the action yourself, the CSC server is open to anyone. You are free to join. It is a free-to-play league. All you have to do is join in the server, go to bot input /sign up, and we'll get you set up real quick. Join in on the fun. Signups are open, and combines will be running for the next couple of weeks. So get in now and get your games in, and we can get you in the league. Speaking of getting in, it is going to be pistols for the Kings, and they are running into the meat grinder. Heartbreak Motel gets a nice, oh, not a double. The teammate Spaghetti on site combines, and they get one apiece. That makes the man advantage 2 towards Lots of Spaghetti. Damage exchange towards middle. Unfortunately, the kill is going to go Trains' way. Cameron King is felled. Only 2 pieces left of the King's puzzle. Trade back, at least. Consolation prize, maybe, on the MAC-10. Get a little bit of bonus money. Still quite a road ahead of them for the T-side. If they want to attack into anywhere, they've got quite the defense awaiting them. They've elected to group up and head towards a main. Fight's going, but crossfire is good. Both players are felled, and that is Lots of Spaghetti getting numero dos. CSC has been around for several years at this point. It has been operating as a free-to-play league for all of that time. We are entirely crowdfunded. We relish in our ability to allow a place for anyone and everyone of all skill calibers, a place to play competitive Counter-Strike without all the negative aspects of typical matchmaking. Welcome, one and all. Of all varieties, all skill levels. We have a multi-tiered system, multi-tiered setup for anyone to be able to join in on the fun and have a reasonable chance of winning. It's not like your average matchmaking game where sometimes you just go against the king of the jungle, Mr. face at 10 pretending to be a level 6. Nothing like that here. We have everything set up to where anybody can have a good time. We place you at a reasonable level where everybody has the chance to shine. Shining. A couple of quick frags are going the way of the B-site defense. And that is left Cameron King. The King themselves left on their lonesome. Nate explodes right at his feet. Brings him down to 28, so he's going to reroute and try to head towards the B site. But long road ahead of him if he wants to make something out of this round. Now, there are 2 players that are low on the Lots of Spaghetti defense, and he has, in fact, found one of them. Brought it down, but it's still a 2 versus 1, and his position is known, and he is going to be taken out by Trains in the off angle, and that is going to be Lots of Spaghetti getting their 3rd. Money's still not in the best position for the Kings. They have elected to go into a bit of a half buy. One player's on an AK, everybody else is on pistols with some util to go around. But it is not a proper buy by any means of the imagination. So it does appear that round 5 will be going the way of Lots of Spaghetti yet again. But we'll see if some of these weapons... Oh, they have my apologies. It appears they have bought into this round fully, though not exactly the best weapons. SMG and a MAC-10. MAC-10 and a TAC-9, rather, on a couple of players, and it is not paying off well for them. They're only 1 frag to the 3 of Lots of Spaghetti. It is a 2-man advantage for that CT side defense. Rifles have been recovered by the 2 remaining players on the Kings' attack, so we'll see if they're able to put them to any good use. But the flank is coming in from Lots of Spaghetti, though it is being announced pretty loudly, so we're going to see if they're ready for it, and they are indeed. Wings clipped, but the trade back is quick. Spaghetti shooting that player right in the back, and very quickly isolating this last fight, and they get it right over the line. Lots of Spaghetti get the 4th, which was, in fact, the writing on the wall. Force Buy did not quite work out for the Kings, unfortunately. So we are going to be seeing... Oh, no, they're going to force again. I guess they are on max loss bonus, so if they want to keep the pressure up, they can certainly do so. Lots of upgraded guns to go around. Not exactly rich enough to afford the op, but a scout in the capable hands could potentially get some damage as well, though the first shot does go a little wide, unfortunately, for Butches. Flashbang coming out of Sun, holding on to a site, though the action appears to be grouped up towards middle. Every T is just going to be trying to fight. Every T minus 1 is going to be fighting for that mid space, it would appear. Though, see if Clapper has what it takes to hold the line. First kill is good. Trade frag not offered back up, so they are allowed to keep their life for the time being, but they have been brought down to 28 HP, and they have in fact been brought down to 0. They have been traded out mid-control. Okay, T's have elected to rotate towards the A position. First kill onto the Trains. First kill onto Trains is clean. 1 tap. Yet another offered up by the AK. Straight back from Sun, though. Gets 1, but runs out of bullets and is unable to get the 2nd. And that's the A side falling, leaving it onto the hands of Spaghetti. 1 versus 2, but they are fighting 2 low HP players. So we're going to see if they've got what it takes to win the 1 versus 2. Smoke has been deployed, but it's a little wide, so they're going to be able to creep around this and maybe find a kill in the side. Cameron King first to fall, 1 versus 1, all onto the shoulders of... I can't read that name. USS Guam. My sincerest apologies. 1 versus 1. Guam expected to clutch up. Finds the player in the side. Timings for Spaghetti, and that is the Kings getting their 2nd round. Definitely a bit of a dry streak for the Kings going in. They lost 4 in a row, so it is nice to see them break through and finally get another round on the board. But there's still plenty of money to go around on that. Lots of spaghetti defense. So we're going to see if they can hold true, or if this is the start of a Kings comeback. Buy isn't fully complete for either side. Both sides have at least one SMG in the mix, though, to be fair, the MP7, not exactly the worst gun in the game, especially in the right position. Though the same could be said about the MAC-10, depending on where you're fighting at. Definitely not the weapon for a long-range duel, though. Might be better to get them somewhere where their strengths can be put to their best use. Not exactly a long-range duel. Taking a fight towards a truck does understandably get taken down by the M4. One traded back by the Deagle, though, of all things. But that is a 1-for-2 exchange in the favor of the CTs, and make it another. Heartbreak Motel's flank goes huge, shoots Cameron King in the back, and brings the man advantage up to 2 for Lots of Spaghetti. It is a 2 versus 4 on the Kings side, and they are going to have to pay off. They are going to have to go big here if they want to keep the rounds strung together, and unfortunately, the pieces are falling apart. Spaghetti gets one, and it leaves it all onto Guam yet again. 1 versus 4, 4 targets to find. Not exactly likely. Gets the first, though, so at least evens it up a bit, but the corner not fully cleared, and that is going to be Lots of Spaghetti getting their 5th. Money not in the best position for the T-side attack. Not going to be able to fully invest into this one if they choose to force, which it does look like some of them have elected to do so. We're going to see if maybe they can get it across the line, but so far the defense has been holding a little too true for them to break through much of anywhere. Fast mid presence coming out of the Kings. Mid player is only good for 1, but Trains is on the case. The rotate comes in huge. Gets a nice double. Can't quite finish his meal, though, on the 3rd, but it's okay. Teammates are there to cover and clean up what it remains. And it is all on to Buns, left alone. And they have been felled as well. And that's going to be Lots of Spaghetti getting their 6th. Forces are still coming in for the Kings attack. Guess they just want to try to keep the pressure on as much as they can. Again, these are combines, so it's a little bit more chaotic than what the regular season will be entailing. Usually it's just 5 people who may have never even met each other before, all getting put together, trying to do their best to make their placement games make themselves look good. So, sometimes it's a little bit more of a farrago, as some might say. Looks like they farrag on B, though. The smokes are good. They're kind of deployed in a way that lets these T's kind of sneak up close onto the site. Maybe let that MAC-10 do some work, close range. But looks like they've gotten lost in the sauce. Sun gets 1, but gets traded back. Ooh, the double spray down